Okay, James Terry, thank you very much. We have the Lady Cats taking on the Pleasant Grove Lady Hawks tonight. And, Tony, this is, as of right now, the top two teams in the district going against each other.
It is. The district's not the stoutest in the world, but it's this is the top two.
So we'll talk more about that in a moment. We'll take a break and be right back with the start of tonight's game. This is Lady Cats softball on KSST. Lady Cats softball brought to you by BT Medical, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Alliance Bank, J. Hodge Chevrolet, City National Bank, Farm Country, Hooten's Hardware, Wesley House, and the University Interscholastic League. Starting lineup, first of all, for Pleasant Grove, Sarah Heckelman, the pitcher, leading off. Jacqueline Smith, the catcher, batting second. Abby Runyon, the shortstop, batting third. Haley Allen, the center fielder, is the cleanup hitter. The left fielder, Kara Strickland, batting fifth. Cassidy Ingram at first base, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Becca Eves at second base. Batting eighth in right field, Addison Dial. And batting ninth, Ray Ann Brewer, the third baseman. And we'll give you the Lady Cat starting lineup as we get the chance. But starting on the mound, or not on the mound, but in the circle, pitching circle for Sulphur Springs tonight is Hannah Speed, Tony, and we saw her in the last game here, and she looked very sharp.
So she was on a 30-pitch count, and she used them very wisely. She had, I believe, 3 strikeouts in a row or something like that, maybe 5 strikeouts total. Very impressed. We're still trying to figure out. We hear she's a freshman, but that's not been verified. But good-looking pitcher on the mound. I'm pleased. Nothing against Hannah Goldsmith, but I'm pleased to see Hannah out there and get another look at her.
It's hard to get information on some of the teams in spring sports, softball and baseball and basketball, not so much, but other sports. So we'll continue to check on that. But actually, the roster that originally was published before the season started, Hannah Speed is not on that roster. So I don't know that she was necessarily in the plans for the varsity as the season got underway for Coach David Carrillo, but she's very much in the plans now.
We don't know if she's a surprise or they were just going to use her down there and decided to bring her up.
So here's the first pitch. That one's up high for a ball, but again, very good speed from Hannah Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Heckelman, her opposing pitcher. And there's a strike, again, up in the zone, but that one's in there for a strike. Around the infield, Baylor Boatman at third. Nicole Higgins at short, Emerson Thompson at second, Reese Reagan at first for Sulphur Springs. There's the 1-1 pitch. Again, that's a fastball down and in, misses inside, and so it is 2-1. Around the outfield, KK Montgomery in left, Allison Frazier in center, Claire Thompson in right. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, high fastball, and it is 2-2.
I like how she gets she goes to the pitching rubber, gets her signal, and gets ready. She wants to play ball.
She's all business.
That's it.
2-2 pitch coming up.
Big pitch here. Don't go full on the first batter.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. Sarah Heckelman goes down swinging on a 2-2 pitch. So 1 out and nobody on, and that'll bring up Jacqueline Smith, the catcher. By the way, Anahi Velasquez is the catcher for Sulphur Springs, so you have the Lady Cats lineup.
That's a great way to start the batting order off. It's a good old swinging third strike. Show them what you got.
Hannah Speed, a right-handed pitcher, misses with the ball outside to Jacqueline Smith, the catcher for Pleasant Grove. Smith is a right-handed batter, facing the right-hander, Hannah Speed. Outfield, medium depth, swung on and missed. I think she took something off of that one, Tony.
Changed it up just a little. We've got a big sun field out here. Our right fielder is struggling a little bit, holding her hand up, shading. So the right side of the infield and the outfield, if something's popped up there, it could be an adventure.
Swung on and missed.
She keeps throwing that. We're not going to have to worry.
Fastball up high. It's 1-2. The scoreboard is back in service tonight, which is good because the last game against Pittsburgh, we didn't have a scoreboard.
Yeah.
So that's a a big help. And here's a pitch up high and away for ball 2, and it's 2-2 to Jacqueline Smith. KK Montgomery well off the line, I notice, in left.
They're not expecting the batters to get around. They're expecting them to be a little bit late.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And must have missed low.
Down low.
And it is 3-2 to Jacqueline Smith.
So you don't want to put anybody on this early.
Speed looking in for the sign. Backs off the rubber for a moment. And doctors the ball a little bit. Now Jacqueline Smith, the batter, steps out. In Major League Baseball, they make a lot of the shadow between the plate and the pitcher's mound. And I don't know how much that affects the batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the first 2 hitters go down swinging for Pleasant Grove. 2 outs, nobody on. That brings up Abby Runyon. But to continue that thought, there's quite a shadow right now from the roof over home plate, and it extends about halfway out toward the pitching rubber. So,
I've heard that and all of that. When I played, I never thought about it.
Never noticed it. This is one that goes down the left field line and drops in for extra bases, fielded by KK Montgomery, but Abby Runyon, the shortstop, has a double going the opposite way. She's a left-handed batter, and she reached out and served it down the left field line.
Sure wasn't a powerful swing, but it was very effective. She put the barrel on it and went the other way and was ready to run, got that double.
Just fell in by about 3 feet. And here's one again going the opposite way. This is into right center field. This is going to score a run for Pleasant Grove. And it's a stand-up double here for Haley Allen. So on 2 consecutive pitches, 2 doubles for Pleasant Grove after 2 strikeouts to start the game.
And they're well-struck balls. And I was looking beforehand, too. We're shades of Wrigley Field. Wind's blowing out today, so a well-hit ball has a shot if it gets in the air.
And both doubles going the opposite way.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Here's the first pitch to Kara Strickland. She fouls it back, and it's 0-1.
So we'll see how Hannah reacts after a couple of hits and giving up a run, see if that affects her psyche any or if she's ready to get back on the mound and go to work.
Kara Strickland, the left fielder, right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher. And again, she fouls it back. That's off the headgear, I think, of Anahi Velasquez.
Yep, I think it got her. She's shaking it off. Hannah's going to come check on her, see if she still knows her name.
She has pretty stout-looking
she is.
helmet, really.
That's a good deal.
Is what it is. It's completely encloses her.
I may have said
head.
it before, but in football, our umpire got messed up one time, and they asked him what his name was, and I told him to quit asking him that hard question because I was fixing to have to go in the middle.
0-2. I must have missed outside a little bit, but goes to 1-2 down to Kara Strickland.
Looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, me too. So Sarah Hackelman and Jacqueline Smith started out with strikeouts, swinging both times, and then Abby Runyon with a double down the left field line. There's a pitch foul back on 1-2.
Another foul tip. She couldn't quite hold on to it.
Abby Runyon hit an opposite field double down the left field line, and then Haley Allen went the opposite way to right field with a double to score Abby Runyon, and Allen still out there at second base with 2 out and a 1-2 count. And the pitch, there's called strike 3 on the outside edge.
I like that on this side of the ball.
So Hannah Speed strikes out the side, but Pleasant Grove scores a run on 2 hits in the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Texarkana Pleasant Grove 1. Sulphur Springs coming to bat. This is Lady Cat Softball on KSST. Lady Cat Softball on KSST. I'm John Mark Dempsey along with Tony Flippin. Matt Jansen is our technical director. James Terry is our producer. Natalie Sheffield and Holly Dunn are handling the video. And by the way, you can see this game streaming right now on YouTube if you want to look in, if you're at home. And if that's convenient for you, you might enjoy that. And go ahead and listen, of course, to the commentary that goes along with it. 1-0. Of course, Sulphur Springs just now coming to bat. Pleasant Grove plated a run in the top of the first on 2 hits. And Emerson Thompson stepping up for the Lady Cats. Sulphur Springs 11-7-2 for the season. They are 3-0 in district play after their 17-8 win over North Lamar on Saturday after that game was postponed on Friday night. Hackelman, a right-handed pitcher. Looking in, has the sign, and the ball hit to third and bobbled by the third baseman, Rayanne Brewer, and she throws it wild to first base, and Emerson Thompson will be on at second on the error.
That was a good job of not worrying whether she's going to get thrown out. She hit it and took off. Paid off getting her to second base. That's a good lead off to start the game.
Rayanne Brewer kind of bobbled it. It wasn't hit all that hard, but she came up with it in time to make the play at first base, but then threw wide of the bag at first. And Emerson Thompson on down to second base. And now she will go to third on a pass ball or wild pitch. We'll call it a pass ball.
Yeah,
just a little bit outside.
He called it a strike.
Did he call it a strike?
He did, and that was quite. He's got a wide one.
I thought it was outside.
It was.
off the mitt of the catcher,
yeah.
Jacqueline Smith, and back to the wall. And so the Lady Cats have the tying run at third base, and Emerson Thompson with nobody out. 1 strike on Nicole Higgins, the shortstop. And she hits that sharply through the wickets there of Rayanne Brewer, who is having a tough start to this game. That was really smoked, though.
It was. That was well hit. She had no reaction time. It just went right through the wickets.
Are we going to score that a hit or an error?
Oh, that's a hit. She didn't touch it. She didn't have time to react. That's well hit.
Could not really have been hit any harder.
No, she was right on the barrel.
And Rayanne Brewer didn't quite get the glove down in time. Here's a looping, slow pitch type of offering coming in here to Hannah Speed, the Lady Cats pitcher.
So we got a little activity in the top of the first. We haven't necessarily started off in the first very healthy in games I've seen.
Pitches outside for a ball. 1-1 now, the score, by the way. Lady Cats have tied the score. It's a throw down to first base on a pitch outside, and Nicole Higgins diving back in. Hannah Speed ahead in the count here. 2-0 with the runner at first. And a pitch up high for ball 3. Sarah Hackelman is the pitcher for Pleasant Grove.
She's got good speed, good form, but she's having a little trouble finding the zone. So I think the Lady Cats, we don't like the junk pitchers. I think we might like this one with a little heat if she'll get it in the zone.
Right-handed batter Hannah Speed. Now she shows bunt on 3-0 and takes a strike on the outside edge, and it goes to 3-1.
No intent, just strictly trying to rattle her a little bit.
Speed standing she's standing up toward the front of the batter's box. And there's a pitch low for ball 4. So the first 3 Lady Cats have reached base. Hannah Speed on the base on balls here. Nicole Higgins goes to second. Emerson Thompson has already scored. She reached base on an error, went to third on a pass ball, and scored on the Nicole Higgins single. So RBI for Nicole Higgins. Courtesy runner here for Sulphur Springs.
Number 8, I don't have her. I don't have their roster with me.
I have it right here.
Okay, I believe it's number 8. Going to give Hannah.
Or is it 3?
I believe it's 8. Well, no, it's 9. Neither one. It's 9.
You're right. And the pitch is hit out in front of the plate off the end of the bat. The play is to first base, but it gets past the first baseman. A run comes in to score, and safe at first is Reese Reagans. And we're going to score that one. E1.
That's going to be an E1. Yeah.
Next is a 7 up Baylor Boatman.
Nicole Higgins comes in to score, and the Lady Cats take the lead 2-1. Hannah Speed goes to third on the play.
All the way to third. I'm not so sure whether or not the sun had something to do there. It was going to be a really close play, and she was throwing from the first base line right down to first, and it was low, but I think the sun may have had something to do with it. That's just a luck of the draw, but Reese did a great job of, even though she just tapped it off the end of the bat, she took off running, made them make a play. That's what happens.
just hit the ball off the end of the bat, and it rolled out maybe 12 feet out in front of home plate, actually somewhat down the first baseline. Tough play for the pitcher, Sarah Hackelman, and a tough angle to make that throw to first base.
She actually got off the mound very good, got to it quickly, and made a decent throw. I really think that the sun and all the congestion right there just had something to do with it, but we'll take it. Nobody out. 2 runs in, two runners on. I like this.
2-1, Lady Cats have the lead. You did say number 9 is the
yes.
So that's Brayley Blevins.
There you go.
Yeah. And she's at third base now. So is the courtesy runner for Hannah Speed, the pitcher. And now Baylor Boatman, the third baseman, standing in for Sulphur Springs with nobody out. And this one hit back up the middle. And a run will come in to score from third base. Brayley Blevins scores 3-1. Sulphur Springs with the lead. Reese Reagan goes to second. Baylor Boatman with the RBI single up the middle.
It wasn't necessarily stung, but it was perfectly placed. The pitcher couldn't catch it, and short and second are well off the bag there, so we're okay.
Runners at first and second, still nobody out for Sulphur Springs. Pitch, I was going to say up high for a ball, but the home plate umpire indicates strike one to Claire Thompson.
I'm going to try to be good today and not say anything about strike zones because I'm too critical.
Sarah Hackelman with the pitch and foul down the third base line. Just barely got a piece of it, so it's 1-1 to Claire Thompson.
0-2, I think. I think he called that first one a strike.
You're right. You're right.
We got an infield fly in effect. Runners at first and second, nobody out. 0-2 count, so she got to protect the plate now.
Emerson Thompson, Nicole Higgins, and Hannah Speed, or actually Brayley Blevins, have all come in to score. There's called strike 3.
That's the best pitch she's thrown so far.
Yeah.
Just kind of froze her.
Off-speed pitch,
yep.
And came in at about the belt. Abby Goldsmith now, the designated player, as she is termed in softball. And a left-handed batter stepping in for Sulphur Springs.
And she goes up there ready to hit, just like all these Lady Cats do.
Stands near the front of the box and fouls this first one off into the seats. You can hear it rattling around in there down the third base line. 0-1 to Abby Goldsmith. So 1 out, runners at first and second, 3 runs across in the inning. 3-1, Sulphur Springs.
It's a good job of making them handle the ball, get the base running going. The Lady Cats are an extremely good base running team.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that one's away for ball 1. 1-1 to Abby Goldsmith. KK Montgomery, the left fielder, is on deck.
Last home game's hero.
Oh, yes. Yeah, walk-off homer on a 10-0 run rule win against Pittsburgh. And there's a pitch down in the dirt. 2-1, I have it to Abby Goldsmith.
2-1, that's what it is. Yep. 2-1, 1 out, first and second.
Outfield rather shallow for Abby Goldsmith.
I think they might want to back a little.
And there's a pitch, catches the outside edge. It goes to 2-2 to Abby Goldsmith. Reese Reagan at second reached base on an error. Baylor Boatman at first singled up the middle and drove in a run. Hackelman into the wind, and the pitch is low for a ball and also outside the zone. And the count is 3-2 now to Abby Goldsmith.
Still got just 1 out, so the runners can't just take off, but they're gonna be ready. This should be an action pitch.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Swung over the top of it, and again looked like a changeup of some kind there by Sarah Hackelman.
Yep.
So 2 consecutive strikeouts after the first 5 Lady Cats reach base. And now the dangerous KK Montgomery. Batting 8th in the order.
Haven't moved either.
Yeah, they weren't here last Tuesday.
They weren't here last Tuesday.
She rode that pitch, the first pitch of the, I guess,
bottom of the
5th over the right field wall, went the opposite way with it. And there's a fastball for a strike. 0-1 to KK Montgomery. Hannah Speed also homered in that game last Tuesday night for Sulphur Springs.
Once we woke up, we did a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
There
she
we
goes
go.
the opposite way again. This is in the gap, and that may score 2 runs. KK Montgomery to second. 2 runs are going to score. In fact, Montgomery going to go to third with a stand-up triple.
Yep, that's exactly what she does. She is Miss Excitement. She hit that ball hard, got it all the way to the fence,
Batting next for Sulphur
scored
Springs,
those 2.
16,
That's what you're supposed to do
Velasquez.
with 2 outs.
2 runs batted in for KK Montgomery.
We
That
put
pitch
a
was
5
on-
spot on them.
It pitched 5-1. The pitch was on the outside part of the plate, and she just went with it and drove it all the way to the wall.
She hits a lot of balls to the opposite way. I guess she just waits on it a little. Maybe that's what she feels is her power zone. That's where she hit the ball out of the park.
First pitch to Anahi Velasquez is up high for a ball. Runner at third and 2 out. 5 runs across in the inning, 5-1 Lady Cats, and she bounces this one in, and the count goes to 2-0 on Anahi Velasquez, number 9 player in the batting order. So Sulphur Springs is batted around here in the bottom of the first inning.
And they better be careful and not put one past the catcher, because I promise you KK will be on go. And she'll get there quickly.
Not much distance from home plate back to the retaining wall behind the plate, but if it kicks off to either side, of course, it's possible for that runner to score from third base. There's a swing and a miss. Count is 2-1 to Anahi Velasquez, the Lady Cat catcher.
Took a good swing at it, just went over the top a little bit.
Lady Cats in their home black uniforms, I would say pinstripe, and this ball is hit to third and fielded by the third baseman, Rayanne Brewer, and the throw across to first base to get Anahi Velasquez to end the inning. But 5-run score for Sulphur Springs in the bottom of the first inning on 1, 2, 3 base hits. Couple of errors in the inning against Pleasant Grove. So we go to the top of the first, or top of the second inning now. Lady Cats lead at 5-1. This is Lady Cat Softball on KSST. Lady Cat Softball brought to you by BT Medical, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Alliance Bank, J. Hodge Chevrolet, City National Bank, Farm Country, Hooten's Hardware, Wesley House, and the University Interscholastic League. 5-1 Sulphur Springs as we go to the top of the second inning. Sulphur Springs on top of the district with a 3-0 record, and Pleasant Grove with a 2-0 record. They were supposed to play Pittsburgh last Friday night, but that game was rained out. And we understand they tried to play it again and were not able to get it in.
They said they've tried twice and been rained, so I don't know if they tried Friday and Saturday or yesterday, whatever, but supposed to play tomorrow according to a parent.
Yesterday was a rainy day. We were in East Texas yesterday, further into East Texas, and it was quite a rainy day until about 3 o'clock or so.
That's where it all went.
So 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning for Sulphur Springs.
They did a great job of putting the ball in play. Now they've put Pleasant Grove on the defense early in the ball game, so it's going to put a little pressure on them. Big
blow for Sulphur Springs was the 2-run, 2-out triple to the opposite field by KK Montgomery.
First for Pleasant Grove, it's the 3.
So it is
a good inning of base running and everything. A little good action inning.
Yeah. Cassidy Ingram leads it off for Pleasant Grove. She is the number 6 player in the batting order, and the first pitch from Hannah Speed in there for a strike. 0-1. Ingram will be followed by Becca Eves, the second baseman, and Addison Dial, the right fielder. Lady Cats straight away in the outfield here. Hannah Speed with the pitch up and in, but swung on and missed by Cassidy Ingram, and it is 0-2. Understand we're having some difficulty with the YouTube feed right now, but our technical wizard Matt Jansen is working on that. Pitch is down and in for a ball, and it is 1-2 to Cassidy Ingram. Lady Cats last Friday night, or I guess it actually turned out to be Saturday, beat North Lamar 17-8. And a swing and a miss, strike 3.
She's just throwing it up there right now, and she's got their number.
4 strikeouts
Yep.
for Hannah Speed in the game. 3 swinging and 1 looking. And now Becca Eves, the second baseman, steps in with 1 out and nobody on base. Right-handed batter against the right-hander, Hannah Speed, shading her eyes from the sun right now.
Right now they got a little bit of a sun field. Have to play through it.
Pitch is down and away for a ball. 1-0 to Becca Eves. Outfield. Medium depth center fielder Allison Frazier 2 or 3 steps over into right center. Ball weakly hit to second base. Charging in is Emerson Thompson, and she underhands over to Reese Reagan for the putout. 4-3, 2 out, nobody on.
Did a good job there. That was off the end of the bat and had a lot of spin on it. And you've got to really make sure you pull that into your glove, or it's either going to pop out or you're going to throw it.
Yep.
Kind of wild, but she did a good job.
First pitch in for a ball to Addison Dial. And she played the ball. Emerson Thompson came in, charged the ball, did not lay back on it.
Exactly. Had her feet good and square, bent at the waist, and she did everything just like you teach it on a video.
Ball hit to center field, falling fast, and it's past the center fielder, Allison Frazier, but backing up is Claire Thompson. And it will be a double, nevertheless, for Addison Dial.
It was a good try by Frazier out there. She got real close. Just didn't quite hang up. It wasn't hit as good as it looked like it when it took off.
Dial going the other way, although not by that much. Just a few feet to the right of the line from home plate to second on out to center field. Oh, this pitch hits Rayanne Brewer on the shoulder. So she goes to first base, hit by the pitch.
Yep. So now we'll see if Hannah can regain her composure a little bit. She's got 2 outs. All she needs to do is, she doesn't have to do it herself. Get them to put the ball in play, or if they strike out, so be it.
Top of the order now, Sarah Hackelman, the pitcher. Struck out her first time, struck out swinging. 2 out, runners at first and second. Lady Cats leading 5-1 over Texarkana Pleasant Grove. Right-handed batter against the right-hander, Hannah Speed, and there's a fastball in for a strike, 0-1.
That was a good start to regaining your composure right there. Got a force at any bag on the infield, so everybody needs to be aware of the situation.
Pitch swung on and missed. Fastball high. 0-2 to Sarah Hackelman. Hannah Speed struck out Cassidy Ingram to start the inning. Got Becca Eves on a ground out to second base. Addison Dial doubled. Here's the ball hit sharply to third, but it's a force out, and Baylor Boatman is there to step on the bag to get Addison Dial. Fielder's choice for Sarah Hackelman, and that ends the inning. No run score for Pleasant Grove in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, and it's the Lady Cats 5 and Pleasant Grove 1. It's Lady Cats softball on KSST. Top of the order for Sulphur Springs as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Emerson Thompson, Nicole Higgins, and Hannah Speed. Second baseman, shortstop, and pitcher for the Lady Cats, with Sulphur Springs leading 5-1 over Pleasant Grove. And again, Pleasant Grove is 2-0 in the district, so this game is, in effect, a game for first place.
Absolutely.
Batting first for Sulphur Springs is the 15 of Emerson Thompson.
And you heard our public address announcer, Chris Tangi, I think, introduce Emerson Thompson. She reached base on an error in the top of the first, went to third on a pass ball, and came in on the single by Nicole Higgins to score the first run for the Lady Cats. Right-handed batter stands midway in the batter's box against the right-handed pitcher. And the first pitch in there high for a ball to Emerson Thompson.
I'm actually surprised third baseman's not in about 2 steps, because if she just puts it on the ground with her speed, it's going to be a hard put out.
1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitch up high, and it is 1-1. Rayanne Brewer, third baseman. Now she's hugging the line there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's about a step in front of the bag.
She's coming in just a little, but I'm not so sure I wouldn't be in a little more.
Takes something off of it, does Sarah Hackelman, and gets a strike on the outside edge.
I'm still amazed a little bit that the Wildcats do not bunt. I don't know that I've seen a bunt in the few games that we've done.
I think you're right. Pitch down and in for a ball, and it is 2-2.
And a few years back, they were slapping and bunting all over the place, all teams. So maybe the tide has turned a little bit, and they're playing heads up and playing softball.
2-2 pitch. Way up high for ball 3. It's 3-2. Well, really, the other teams that we've seen have not bunted a lot.
Exactly. And it just, I get so sick of seeing these left-handers start in the box and start running up and throwing the bat at it and everything. I just don't understand that kind of play.
3-2, way inside, all the way back to the retaining wall. And she might go to second, and she will. And they're going to make a throw down, and she slides in safely. Well, that was a hustling play.
That was. She took off immediately because she saw that ball was coming. It was a close play at second, but she did a good job sliding a little bit to the outfield side of the bag.
Jacqueline Smith, the catcher, went back and got the ball, and again, it's only about 20 feet or so from home plate back to the wall. And she got a pretty good bounce and made a good throw down to second base. But I think she did a terrific job, Emerson Thompson, of sliding there. And here's a ball hit to right field.
That's over.
And it is over the head of the right fielder. Nicole Higgins has doubled and possibly tripled. Now the play at third. And now the throw gets away. One run is already in, and Nicole Higgins will come in to score. Now that is a
inside the park home run.
Well, is it?
I'm giving her a triple.
Yeah.
So it's not a homer.
I was about to say that's a Little League home run.
Yep, I'm giving her a triple, but I'm here to tell you the Lady Cats showed some wheels again. We have got wheels and we can move. We put pressure on the defense.
Nicole Higgins hitting over the head of Addison Dial in right field, and I think she was struggling with the sun.
She was. They're still playing in, but I don't understand it. I'd keep that ball in front of me, but we'll sure take it. Once again, they're putting the ball in play.
Now Hannah Speed is the hitter. 7-1, Sulphur Springs swung on and missed the first pitch. Emerson Thompson scored easily from second. Higgins went to third, but the throw got away at third base. And she fouls it down the right field line, does Hannah Speed. And the count goes to 0-2. And honestly, I'm not sure if it was the right fielder who made that throw to third base, Tony, or not.
I think it was second baseman.
It might have been on a relay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a pitch up high. And it is 1-2 to Hannah Speed. So Nicole Higgins then on the triple comes in on the error. And so 7-1 Sulphur Springs. And again, the prospect of a possible run rule situation here. And she hits that one sharply between the third baseman and the shortstop into left field.
Just a straight, hard single right between third and short. And that's how you put the bat on the ball. So Hannah's got a walk and a single.
Let's see if this is Brayley Blevins coming in to run again. Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, Brayley Blevins will be her personal concierge.
There you go.
Base runner.
Let her go sit. If she can hit like that and pitch like she's been doing, give her a break.
Still nobody out here.
Nobody out. Runner on and Reese up.
Reese Reagan, the cleanup hitter for Sulphur Springs. Pitch is bounced in all the way back to the wall. And Brayley Blevins goes down to second base. We're going to call that a wild pitch. Runner at second and nobody out.
I'm not sure she wasn't going anyway. She got a heck of a jump. Maybe she just knew that the ball was going to be down.
Ball hit sharply to shortstop. And to throw to first is in the dirt, and safe at first base will be Reese Reagan's. Reagan, and I'm going to call that E6.
E6 throws too low.
Reese Reagan safe at first base, and Brayley Blevins goes to third.
Yep. Shortstop did a good job of staying down on it. She just rushed her throw and threw it in the dirt.
And the ball hit to third now, and we're coming home. And the tag, and the runner, Braylee Blevins, is out. So Baylor Boatman, hitting the ball to third base, will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. Reese Reagan goes to second base, and out, 5-2,
Claire Thompson,
is Braylee Blevins. And that's the first out of the inning.
Yep.
Claire Thompson is the hitter with runners now at first and second for Sulphur Springs. Sarah Hackelman into the wine, showing a bunt, but pulling the bat back, and the pitch is high and away and gets away from Jacqueline Smith, and the runners both move up to second and third. Reagan to third and Boatman to second.
Took off the force and the infield fly, still just one out.
The pitch popped up, right side, going to be tough in the sun. Second baseman out and bobbles but makes the catch. Becca Eves, about 2 or 3 steps out on the outfield grass there. Tough play with the sun.
I thought we'd
batting next is the 5.
at least fake it down the line and make her throw the ball, but we didn't. So we got Abby coming up. They've got confidence that she's got 2 runners sitting there waiting on a hit. So
7-1 Sulphur Springs, bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Abby Goldsmith is high for a ball. 1-0 the count. She struck out her first time up.
Left-handed hitter. Each team's got one lefty.
Reagan at third, Boatman at second. 2 out. Swinging, and a foul ball at the plate. Rolls off slightly down the first base line. And it's 1-1 to Abby Goldsmith, the designated player, as she is referred to in softball. Addison Frazier is the flex player, they call her, as the center fielder. She does not bat. Pitch. Up high for a ball. I've got 2-1.
2-1. We're a little behind on the scoreboard, but
Well,
we still appreciate having it.
2 out, runners at second and third. And she goes the opposite way to
one's
left
down.
field. Going to be a tough play, and it falls in. 1 run in, 2 runs in. 9-1 Sulphur Springs. Little bloop out into left field, and Abby Runyon, the shortstop, went out for it. Kara Strickland, the left fielder, came in for it. It landed about 10 feet out on the grass out there.
If you look up Texas Leaguer in the dictionary, that was it. It was just perfectly placed. There wasn't anything hard hit about it, but it's worth 2 runs to Abby and the Lady Cats.
9-1 Sulphur Springs, and now ball hit to shortstop by KK Montgomery sharply, and Abby Runyon up with it over to Cassidy Ingram for the third out.
Still had a little trouble with the throw. The first baseman stayed down with it.
So 4 runs in the inning for Sulphur Springs, and we go to the top of the third. It's Sulphur Springs 9 and Pleasant Grove 1. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cat scored 4 runs on 2 base hits, Tony, in the bottom of the second inning. Had a couple of errors there for Pleasant Grove, and a wild pitch and a walk. So Lady Cats put together a good inning.
They're still just making some activity. They're putting pressure on Pleasant Grove on every play. Everybody's hustling. We're putting it in play. We've caused a couple of low throws and a couple of just accidental hits, but that's what it takes.
You ready to do some play-by-play?
I sure can.
All right. Here's Tony Flippin with the top of the third inning.
All right, we're going to go with Jacqueline Smith, Abby Runyon, and Haley Allen starting this off with, again, a 9-1. Top of 3. The Lady Cats are doing a good job of putting the pressure on, so need a shutdown inning and come get the bats again. Hannah winds up, throws that rise ball, and they're swinging under it for a good strike there. She's had a real good time with the high strike. They're all swinging under it.
Yep. That shadow that we talked about from the roof, it was between the pitching circle and the home plate has moved out to first base now.
It has. There, that pitch kind of jammed her a little bit, got an 0-2 count, so everything's looking good for Hannah right now. Defense is pretty well straight away in the infield. The center fielder is shading to the right field side, and they're about medium depth. Foul straight back, so we're going to stay at 0-2. And once again, Hannah's throwing the ball. She's throwing the ball very well.
It's going to be a tough sun field for those on the right side of the infield now for the next half hour or so.
It is.
And Reese Reagan at first base, the lower half of her body's in the shade, but the upper half is very much in the sun.
I think we need to put a sunshade up there that we can raise up. There comes another foul tip, and she's hanging tough. Jacqueline Smith, catcher, fouled off too. She's seen nothing but strikes in this at bat, but Hannah's battling hard. I'd like to see her come in with one of these high ones again, see if she can get them to swing under. Hannah's having a tough time seeing the signal to the dugout because she's looking straight into that sun. A little bit outside, she threw a little hook to her trying to get her to bite, and she nearly did. Jacqueline Smith did a good job of holding up. That was a good purpose pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes that next one. And I was fixing to say, the umpire didn't get real excited, but that's strike 3 for a first out. I was fixing to. I've been saying I was going to do good tonight, and I was fixing to disagree. So we got Abby Runyon, the shortstop, coming up. Haley Allen next on deck.
He's not very demonstrative, is he?
Not very often. Little low and out on the first pitch to Runyon. It's umpires all have their style. Some of them think you come out to watch them, and we need to get rid of some of them.
I agree with you there.
Little low and outside again. She may be overthrowing just a little bit. You got Abby Runyon's a left-hander too. Sometimes the left-hander gives a pitcher just got a different look, and there's only one in the lineup. Takes her signal. She's on the rubber, and here comes the windup. Nice pitch, and she fouled it out to the left, a little bit behind it.
By the way, Hannah Speed now has struck out 5 batters in the ball game.
She's done a good job. And Abby had a double in the first inning, and it was just like that swing on the foul there. She is not swinging at it very hard, so KK needs to be on her horse because she's going to try to hit it out that way.
And KK Montgomery very close to the line out there.
There's the next pitch, and it's down, and we got a 3-1 count on Runyon. Again, Haley Allen, center fielder, on deck. 1 out, nobody on.
Huge gap between center field and right field here.
Sure is, but I don't think – I'll be shocked if she pulls it. High pitch, and she just was determined she was going to swing at that one, and that helped us out because she very much swung at ball 4. So Hannah gets a reprieve there, get herself together, make a good pitch here, and put this second batter down. Full count. Getting her signal. Here comes the pitch. Nice pitch, popped up, and I think it's going to make it over to the stands again. So she's hanging tough. But again, Runyon doesn't swing hard. I think she's a placement hitter, and I'd like to see her stats for the year. I bet 80% of her hits are from the left side of the mound.
Mm-hmm. That little double she had in the first inning just barely dropped inside the left field line.
About a yard.
And maybe 50 feet behind third base.
There she goes again to short. They scoop. Oh, what a play there by Higgins. She had to roam to her left, and she stretched out and set her feet up and made a good, strong throw, and it wasn't even close. I thought that was going to be a close play. So great job. Brings up Haley Allen, the center fielder, who had a double in the first inning. So nobody on, 2 outs. Center fielder's backed on up. Got a good strike on that first pitch right there. Good delivery.
She really is.
She is. I don't know. KK stayed where she is. The other 2 have backed up, so they're respecting Allen's strength a little bit.
She is the cleanup hitter.
Yep. 0-2. She got her going after the pitches, and she's helping her out a little bit.
Pretty big gap between KK Montgomery in left and Allison Frazier in center.
Yes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. I don't think that's going to stay. Velasquez gives a look and can't quite get it.
Boy, it's loud when it hits that roof.
You know when it hits the 10, I guarantee you.
Especially when it's right above us.
So we're staying with an 0-2 pitch. Umpire's going over to get another couple of softballs. We've had 2 or 3 make it out of here this half inning.
Fans out here in jackets, and a lot of them have blankets that they're covering up with.
Spring softball, you never know.
But a beautiful night.
Yep, here's the pitch, and that's right down the pipe, and we're sending everybody back to change positions. Third out, 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts, no runs, no hits, nobody left on, and so going to the bottom of the third, 9-1 Lady Cats.
And this is Lady Cat softball on KSST. This is the game for first place in District. Is it 13-4A? I believe it's 13.
I think it's 15.
15. You're
15.
Sorry, 15-4A with Lady Cats at 3-0 and Pleasant Grove at 2-0. But the Lady Cats definitely have had the better of it so far, leading 9-1 with 5 in the bottom of the first and 4 in the bottom of the second. And we go to the bottom of the third, and here's Tony Flippin.
Well, it looks like we've got Allison Frazier batting for Velasquez, so I think what this does is this gives up the flex. So we'll see whether or not Abby Goldsmith can bat again, but this will be Frazier's first at bat. And she just lays into that first pitch, but the left fielder comes in and hangs up for a fly out to the left fielder. So she wasn't wasting any time. So that takes us back to the top of the order, and it's Emerson Thompson followed by Nicole Higgins.
Tony, you were alert to pick that up. I don't know that I would have noticed that was Allison Frazier and not Anahi Velasquez. And
there's a line shot right over short. Left fielder cuts it off and going to hold Thompson to a single. That's a well-hit ball, but it was just out of the reach of the shortstop, right over her head.
Thompson has been on base all 3 times now.
She has, and scored twice, so we'll see if she can go 3 for 3. So we got Nicole Higgins, the shortstop, coming up with Hannah Speed on deck. Runner at first, 1 out. 9-1 Lady Cats, bottom of 3. Here comes the first pitch. They're coming up swinging. They've swung at every pitch so far.
Yep. Nicole Higgins singled and drove in a run and tripled.
Mm-hmm.
And then scored on an error, so she scored 2 runs.
I just want to see it get put on the ground and watch these 2 ladies run. Ball's high, a little token throw down to first, but I hate to tell them they're not going to catch her.
Oh, dear.
1-1 is the count. 1 run on, 1 out. Nicole Higgins, shortstop up. We're on the pitching rubber, and here comes the next delivery. Low, and it's passed, and there goes Thompson, and she's looking at third more than second.
Yeah.
Passed ball, no chance to get her, and I mean for just a half a chance, should have made a play at third.
You'd call that a pass ball?
I did call that a pass. No, I think that's wild pitch.
I thought it was in the dirt.
I think it's a little in. Here comes the next delivery. Little bit late. Swing and a miss. We got a 2-2 count.
Now, Thompson was the one who walked and then went to second.
Correct.
On the wall.
The ball in the dirt.
Uh-huh.
These girls can roll. Here comes the pitch for the next delivery. Right down the pipe. A little topper to third, but it's going foul. So it's going to stay at 2-2. Everybody's fighting that sun right now. Both pitchers are having to keep it out of their face. It's tough right now. She's got her sign. Here comes the next pitch. High on that one, so we're going to go with a full count. Emerson Thompson's taking a good lead at second each time. just going to take a bobble, and she's going to third. Hackelman back on the pitching rubber, and here comes the next pitch. Little foul tip, kind of jammed her on the hands, foul right behind, and we're going to do it all over again. I like how the Lady Cats have swung the bats today. They haven't just overpowered anybody, but they've put the ball in play, and they've forced them to play defense and doing a good job. Here we go, full count. Hackelman's ready. Here comes the next delivery. Down and in, ball 4.
Batting next is the 14 of Hannah.
So that's going to put runners at first and second with one out. We still got an infield fly and a force in effect. And we've got Hannah Speed coming up, seeing if she can help herself.
Third walk allowed by Sarah Hackelman tonight.
Okay. Little squibber right past the pitcher. Shortstop scoops it up, makes a good throw. She gets the out at first on Hannah Speed, but both runners advance. So shortstop played that about as good as you're going to. She wasn't going to get that, or wasn't going to get any of the runners. So that's the second out of the inning. Brings up Reese Reagan with runners at second and third. Good pitch to start Reese out. A little strike. Reese has reached on an error twice.
Yeah.
She hasn't put a Reese Reagan hit on one yet, so I think she'll probably be a little anxious. Here comes the next pitch. As she jumped at it, went past the third baseman. Shortstop got it, and Reese ran it out and beat the throw. That was deep in the hole. Shortstop did a good job. I'm going to give her a single on that.
Oh, yeah.
That was just a hustle play.
It's an infield hit. I really thought that was an easier play for Rayanne Brewer, the third baseman there.
She went a pretty good way because third baseman just barely missed it. So we got Boatman up to bat. First one's down in the dirt for ball 1. We've got 2 outs, 2 runners on, and 1 run in. So we're sitting at 10-1 now. It's important to get this next runner in, get that 10-run rule in their head. Good eye by Boatman. That one came up. We got 2-0.
Boatman has scored 2 runs tonight.
She has.
And also has an RBI.
Hackelman at the rubber, and here comes the next pitch. Oh, foul tip. Boatman was right on that one. 2-1 to count now. Reagan's staying put at first. She hasn't attempted a steal yet. I think we're going to try to make sure that we don't run into that third out. Boatman's got a lot of pop in her bat. Here comes the next delivery. Down low, and I think we got 3-1.
Yep.
So Hackelman needs to throw a good pitch, and I think Boatman will oblige her if she does. Got the sign, and here comes the next pitch. There's that shot right over shortstop. That's what I was thinking. All the way to the wall. Boatman's on her way to second. Reagan's rounding third, and she's coming home, and she got in there.
Close one.
Yep, it was close. She didn't slide, and she got in, and Boatman went all the way to third. So we're going to give Boatman a double.
Right.
She went to third on the throw. Reagan did a good job other than sliding, but she got by with it. So 2 more runs in, and so now we're sitting at 12-1, 2 outs, runner at third. Claire Thompson, number 34, up. Hackelman's on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball.
Jacqueline Smith, the catcher, caught the ball in time.
Yep.
And came very close to putting the tag there on Reese Reagan on her back, but she just got in ahead of that tag.
There's a good off-speed pitch for a strike. I'm not sure she didn't disagree with the umpire. I think she believes she got her, but it's whether or not Reese had her foot in. But it was a good relay throw. Good base running again. The Lady Cats run the bags. There's the next pitch up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. You got Abby Goldsmith on deck. Hackelman's on the rubber, got her sign, and here comes the next one. There's a shot. Well, I haven't seen a signal.
I think it's outside the bag at third.
Yeah, we got.
Although
the home plate umpire saying foul. I couldn't tell if the third baseman touched it or what.
Yeah.
It looked like it hit something down there, but we got a lot of traffic, so that's just a strike. So the base runner needs to stay in foul territory where if the ball hits her, it won't be an out.
No signal there from the third base umpire.
Well, it's the home plate umpire's call till it gets past. When it hits on the ground, it's his call pass first. He just wasn't very demonstrative. So we got a 2-2 count. Still got a runner at third, and here comes this next pitch. There's a ball hit out to right field, and I think that's trouble. Nope, she hung in there. That was a nice catch by Dial out there.
Sure was.
For the third out. So that's an F9 for the third out. So I've got 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base is the way I roll it. Either way, that's 9, that's 12. We're talking 12-1 Lady Cats through 3 innings.
This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Lady Cats leading over Pleasant Grove 12-1. And again, here's Tony Flippin with the play-by-play.
Okay, we're going to see if we can have another shutdown inning here. We've got Kara Strickland, Cassidy Ingram, and Becca Eves going to be the first 3 up for the Lady Hawks from Texarkana. And Hannah Speed is back out for her 4th inning. She's pitched a really good job to this point. First pitch, one of those high strikes, and they swung under it. Those must look really good to the batters because she's got a lot of swing and misses on those.
You can see that high fastball so well. It's just hard to lay off.
There's a foul tip. So we got an 0-2. She's throwing the ball in there. Hannah's doing a good job.
Speed with 6 strikeouts so far through the first 3 innings.
She's not on a pitch count tonight, so I think we're going to give Abby Goldsmith the night off. Here we come with 0-2, and there's a swing and a miss. Took just a hair off, and that's another strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Batting next is the
brings up Cassidy Ingram, the first baseman, with Becca Eves on deck. So a good start to this 4th inning from Hannah Speed. Once again, fighting that sun to get her sign. Bounces that first one in.
She has a wristband that she looks at to decide on the pitch. And apparently
everybody, I don't know that they've got that many plays. I only had a fastball and a curveball. I don't know what they're doing. Good pitch there, but it was down just a little bit. 2-0.
So I think they're calling the pitch in the dugout.
I believe so.
And she's looking to the dugout for the pitch, and then she looks to her wristband.
That one's down too. We got 3-0. Yeah, I'd like to see one of those wristbands because it could be, they're doing placement and this and that too. And the fielders look because they want to know if she's throwing it outside, they're going to shade. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and that's too high, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So Ingram makes it to first base with 1 out. Becca Eves now at the plate, second baseman. Addison Dial, right fielder, coming up after that.
I have that as the first base on ball allowed by Hannah Speed.
I'm glad you were looking because I knew it was far in between it. There's the first pitch, and she's starting off with another one of those high strikes. Now swung under it.
She did hit a batter, Rayanne Brewer, back in the second inning.
One. So runner at first. Hannah's on the rubber. Here comes that next delivery. Good high pitch. I was fixing to say, this umpire is just not real excitable.
Well, the thing is, there's a delay sometimes when he makes the call. That's what throws you off is when there's that delay, and you're not sure of what he's called.
And that's how they teach them. So an 0-2 pitch, foul ball straight back. when I did it, when that ball hit the glove, if it's a strike, my arm was moving.
Right.
But they teach them now. They want them to stand still and really stress mechanics, and I wouldn't be a good umpire right now.
That's hard on the broadcasters, though.
0-2 pitch. Looks like it's down and in a little bit. Trying to get her to go for that one. So 1-2.
Terrific gap between KK Montgomery in left and Allison Frazier way over now into right center field. Big gap there.
Hannah's fixing to throw it here. There's another pitch and another strikeout swinging there for the second out of the inning. She has been very consistent with her speed, and she's pitched a really nice ball game so far.
8 strikeouts now.
8 strikeouts. That's great. Addison Dial, right fielder, coming up. 2 outs, 1 on. Hannah's getting her signal from the dugout. Here comes the first pitch. I'm guessing that's a ball. I was waiting for that delay, and I didn't get it.
Nothing.
Okay. We may have a fast pitch count now. Looks like she was on a count. We just didn't know what it was, but looks like Abby Goldsmith's going to come in, and Hannah Speed did an outstanding job for this 3 2/3 inning.
Yeah, so Abby Goldsmith.
Sulphur Springs will be the 5 of Abby Goldsmith.
Will pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to pick up the other changes here for Sulphur Springs. Let's take a short break and come back with the Lady Cats leading 12-1. Lady Cat softball on KSST. 12-1, Lady Cats leading. Abby Goldsmith coming in to pitch here in the top of the 4th inning. And we're trying to pick up now who will be in right field, because Abby Goldsmith actually was the designated player.
Yeah, I think that was just a straight switch. I'm not sure anybody else moved.
Well, I think Hannah Speed is staying in the game. She's still on the field.
Is she?
Yep.
Okay.
Her back is to us, just to the right of the pitcher's circle.
Okay. Yep. Sure enough. All right.
She went to second in the game last week.
So Abby Goldsmith is on the pitch here. Obviously, Hannah Speed was on a pitch count because she got taken out with a 1-0 count on the batter. So she's going to second.
Yeah, she's going to second base. So
okay.
Now what happens to Emerson Thompson, we'll try to figure that out.
Yep. All right, so we got Addison Dial up with a 1-0 count. Here comes Goldsmith's first pitch, and the umpire raises that right arm for a 1-1 count. Runner at first again. On a walk is Cassidy Ingram. 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. That one's too far out, so we got a 2-1 count.
So Hannah Speed goes 3 2/3 innings, strikes out 8.
It's a nice outing, very nice outing. I think I remember you say 1 hit batsman and 1 walk.
Right.
There comes a chopper on foul, pulled down there, so we got a 2-2 count. Yeah, that's she's pitched 2 Tuesdays in a row and been on pitch count, but this one obviously doubled or something like that because she threw quite a few pitches.
She gave up 3 hits in the game.
That's great. That's great. Here comes this next offering. She checked, and let's see. Nope, went around, so he rung her up, so that's another swinging strikeout. That's the 3rd out of the inning, and so no runs, 1 left on base, and we're going to the bottom of the 4th at 12-1 Lady Cats.
And Lady Cats softball continues right after this on KSST.
Goldsmith takes a called strike 1. So Abby is the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th. Left-handed hitter. Hackelman winds up, and here she goes. And we're going to ring that one too. So we got an 0-2 count. KK Montgomery on deck, and Anahi Velasquez is in the hole. Here comes the next delivery, and there's a pop-up toward first. It hits the screen and stays out of play. So we're staying with that 0-2 count. Abby again's the only left-hander in the Lady Cat lineup.
We thought for a moment that they had changed pitchers, but Sarah Hackelman's still out there. She's wears 00, and at a certain angle that.
And there's the next pitch, and got a call strike there for a third strike, and that's first out of the inning.
At a certain angle, and the way those numbers are shaped, that looks like an 11. It looks like 2 1s. So we thought they had changed pitchers, but they did not.
Okay, that brings up KK. She's had a triple and then been thrown out by the shortstop in her 2 appearances. Here comes the first pitch, and there's a ball over the shortstop. She's backing up and makes a nice play on it. So a fly to 6 for the second out. And we've got 2 quick outs, and Anaheed Velasquez coming back to bat. 2 on. So Hackelman has gotten out of the first 2 right quick. She's going to see if she can get a 3-up, 3-down inning. There's a pitch. Velasquez was on it and just pulled it a little bit foul. Well hit ball outside third base. 0-1 count. Nobody on, 2 out.
Now the Lady Hawks are going to have to score a couple of runs, are they not?
They got to score 2
in the top of the,
in the top of the 5th, assuming that the Lady Cats don't add to this lead. Here comes the wind-up in the next pitch. And there's a well-hit ball to left field. She's backing up on it and makes the catch. So 3-up, 3-down inning. That's an F7 for a third out. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base, and we go to the top of the 5th. Lady Hawks need a minimum of 2 runs to stay in the ball game.
And this is Lady Cats softball on KSST. Lady Cat softball brought to you by BT Medical, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Alliance Bank, J. Hodge Chevrolet, City National Bank, Farm Country, Hooten's Hardware, Wesley House, and the University Interscholastic League. So we go to the top of the 5th inning here with Sulphur Springs leading 12-1 over Pleasant Grove, and Lady Hawks staring in the face of a run rule situation here. They've got to put a couple of runs up to keep this game going.
And this is something the Lady Cats are getting used to. Sometimes they don't start off very well, but they've ended up having a couple of games run ruled, and they're right back here looking at another one. So common area now. Especially with this being the top 2 teams in the district. This will be a big win.
Smith batting first for Pleasant Grove is the 13 of Brenner.
Rayanne Brewer leads it off, number 9 player in the batting order for Pleasant Grove. And she'll be facing Abby Goldsmith, who came in to finish the top of the 4th inning for Sulphur Springs in relief of Hannah Speed, who went to second base.
She had to go get the wristband from Hannah Speed so she'll know what they're signaling to her.
Rayanne Brewer hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, and she swings and misses at the first pitch, down and away, really, but she swung and missed, and so it's 0-1. Top of the order, Sarah Hackelman. The pitcher is up next. Most of the field in shadow now as the sun is rapidly setting. Here's the pitch by Goldsmith, away for a ball, and it is 1-1.
I can't see exactly what's happened, but I think we got KK in right now. So I don't know if we just had a couple of them flip-flop or not. But that's her normal spot, is in right.
1-1 pitch, hit back up the middle on a line, but over to make the catch is the center fielder for Sulphur Springs.
Should be Frazier.
And Allison Frazier.
Batting next is the 00 of Hackelman.
It is Allison Frazier who makes the catch. Center fielder.
Ball just hung up. It was a fairly well hit ball, but perfectly placed, and Allison just didn't have any trouble at all.
And that is KK Montgomery in right field now. Fastball in for a strike from Abby Goldsmith. 0-1 to Sarah Hackelman, who struck out swinging in the first, reached base on a fielder's choice to end the 2nd inning. Forced play at 3rd. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Took something off of it. And it is 0-2 to Sarah Heckelman.
Trying to make short work out of this top half and go home. Coach is going to try to interrupt her concentration a little.
Rebecca Collum is the head coach in her 7th year for the Pleasant Grove Lady Hawks. Talked to her before the game. Very pleasant young woman. Having a heart-to-heart chat right now with her leadoff hitter, Sarah Hackelman. Jacqueline Smith, the catcher, is on deck. Lady Cats lead at 12-1. 5 in the bottom of the first, 4 in the bottom of the second, 3 in the bottom of the third. Declining productivity there, Tony. We'll have to talk to them about that.
They're all crooked numbers. I don't care which order they're going in. They're crooked numbers.
And the 0-2 pitch misses outside for a ball, and it is 1-2. Lady Cats now will be at Liberty Ilo Friday night.
That's some long trips. The Lady Hawks have got to go all the way back to Texarkana right now.
And the pitch low and away for a ball, gets away from Anahi Velasquez back to the wall, and the count is 2-2.
I used to hate those yellow dog trips to Texarkana. There's just not much good about them.
It's a long drive, although it's some pretty country between here.
Yes.
And there's a called strike 3 again, a changeup there, and that is a called third strike.
So they're down to their last out to try to keep this game alive. Again, they've got to come up with a minimum of 2 runs to even make the Lady Cats bat in the bottom of the 5th.
10th strikeout of the game for the Lady Cats between Hannah Speed and Abby Goldsmith combined. And now it's up to Jacqueline Smith to keep this game going. 12-1, Sulphur Springs leading, bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. And the pitch by Goldsmith in there for a strike on the outside edge, and it is 0-1.
This has been a game of the Lady Cats have hit the ball and hit it hard. The Lady Hawks have only hit the ball hard maybe once or twice. They've been overmatched by our pitchers.
Pitch by Goldsmith off the end of the bat to third base. Boatman up with it over to first base. Big stretch by Reese Reagan to bring it in, and that'll be the ball game. Jacqueline Smith grounds out 5-3, and the Lady Cats win it again on a run rule situation. 12-1 is the win for Sulphur Springs, and they go to 4-0 in district play. So we'll take a break, come back and wrap this thing up from Lady Cat Park. This is Lady Cat Softball on KSST. Lady Cats win it 12-1 over Texarkana Pleasant Grove here tonight. Winning pitcher will be Hannah Speed for Texas A&M. She gives up 3 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 8, walked 1, and hit a batter, Tony. And then Abby Goldsmith came in and pitched the last inning and a third, and she strikes out 2 and gives up no hits, gives up no runs, walks no one. Very good outing.
Relief pitcher's supposed to do.
Right. I mean, so really great pitching tonight from both Hannah Speed and Abby Goldsmith for Sulphur Springs. Lady Cats have 9 base hits in the game in 9 innings. And as we told you not long ago, the first 3 innings were extremely productive for Sulphur Springs. 5, 4, and 3 runs in the first 3 innings. And rather than try to recap all of this, we'll just say that KK Montgomery had a 2-run triple for Sulphur Springs in the first inning. Nicole Higgins had a triple and then came in to score on an error in the second inning. That was not an inside-the-park home run by our reckoning, but she went all the way around the bases. Anyway, that was an exciting.
She would have gotten an ice cream cone back when it was in Pee Wee ball.
That's right. That's right. Abby Goldsmith had a 2-run single for Sulphur Springs in the second inning, and Baylor Boatman had a 2-run double in the third inning. So good offensive production tonight for the Lady Cats. Emerson Thompson scored 3 runs, Nicole Higgins scored 3, and Reese Reagan scored 3 for Sulphur Springs tonight. One of the most exciting plays tonight was when Emerson Thompson walked and then went to second.
She was on the way. Yeah.
Did the ball get away from the catcher?
Yes, it was down and away, so she knew it was there, and she's got such speed. She had it on her mind. and they actually made a pretty good play on it. But
They did.
She had it on her mind.
They nearly got her, but
Yep.
but she was in there safe at second on a walk. So 12-1, another really impressive showing here by the Lady Cats.
And we need to give Pleasant Grove a little bit of kudos, too, because we put the ball in play, and their defense made a few plays. They had
Yep.
one or two errors, but they made some plays in the field. Shortstop made a couple, and the right fielder made a really nice over-the-shoulder catch into the sun field to take an inning. And so we were the class of the ball game today, but Pleasant Grove came to play, and they've got a few. They can hold their heads up on that long bus ride home.
So the Lady Cats now 12-7-2 for the season. They go to 4-0 in the district. Pleasant Grove will be 5-10 for the season. They will be 2-1 in the district, and they'll be in second place. Lady Cats now, we told you a short time ago, will be traveling to Liberty ILO, making that long drive on I-30 Friday night for a 6 o'clock game. They will be back home next Tuesday night against Paris. And they demolished Paris, did they not, earlier?
I'm sorry.
Earlier in the season?
Well, and my nephew that's the athletic training says Paris has 0 pitching. So that's not good in a softball game.
As I recall, Sulphur Springs won that game at Paris 23-0. I believe that was the
I knew it was really big, yes.
So we might not be here too long next Tuesday night, and we may definitely have another run rule situation that we'll be dealing with. But anyway, we will be here, and we'll broadcast the game. Wildcat boys at Pittsburgh tonight. It'll be interesting to see how they come out. They are at home Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock against Paris, and they ruled Paris here. And I'm not sure why they're playing again in Sulphur Springs, but they are. They played here against Sulphur Springs or against Paris 10 days or so ago, and won that game 10-0. But we will broadcast that game, and we're not exactly sure about what the personnel are going to be for that, but we will broadcast that game Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. The Wildcat boys versus Pleasant Grove. I'm sorry, I said Paris. It's Pleasant Grove.
It is Pleasant Grove. That's right. I think it is.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove is the opponent.
Yep.
I believe they do play Paris here later again in the second half of the season. So we'll broadcast that game Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock, Wildcat boys versus Pleasant Grove. So we say thanks to Matt Jansen, our technical director. That's it. Escaped me there for just a moment. Our technical director, Matt Jansen. Also, James Terry, our producer back at the studios. Natalie Sheffield and Holly Dunn have provided the video tonight for YouTube, and I believe we have that up and running again. But at any rate, you will see this on Channel 18. And on YouTube in a playback mode here in a day or so. And, of course, Tony Flippin with commentary and play-by-play tonight. So, once again, our final score, the Lady Cats 12 and Pleasant Grove 1. I'm John Mark Dempsey. We say goodnight from Lady Cat Park.